Three, two, and one. Good morning, everyone. This is George Eustaquio, and I will be presenting my thesis proposal. And my thesis is entitled Interrelationship of Hours Spent on Computer Gaming and Physical Exercise on the Musculoskeletal Disorders, or MSDs, among Filipino computer gamers. There's a disclaimer that this PowerPoint that I have here is a edited version compared to the PowerPoint that I sent previously. So to begin, background about computer gaming. Obviously, computer gaming is a sedentary activity favored by a lot of Filipinos, ranging from as early as grade school at that age group, up until their 30s. There are a lot of Filipino gamers still playing computers at that age. And it has been estimated by year 2024 that approximately 14 million Filipinos will be engaging in computer gaming activities. Just to be clear, computer gaming is different from video gaming. Computer gaming is the use of computer tools where you have a desktop, personal computer, or laptop, and that's where you play computer games or video games. Unlike it's different from video gaming consoles such as PS5 and handheld mobile devices such as iPhones, Samsung tablets. Those are different. Computer gaming is strictly computers and laptops. So there have been reported cases of individuals going for extensive hours, like as evident in computer shops, going for 24/7. And there have been people who are spending night owls in computer shops. And obviously, they're accustomed to this environment and they sit for prolonged hours. And this may pose serious threats, not just in their musculoskeletal disorders, MSDs in our body, but also mental health as well, and also relationship with other people or sacrifice. So the thesis statement, my research questions in this thesis is that I aim to study and determine if musculoskeletal disorders of Filipino gamers are influenced or affected by the following. Number one, total number of hours spent on playing computer games in 1 week, and total hours allotted for physical exercises in 1 week. So there will be 2 points. And specifically, there will be objectives for these research questions. And they're as follows. Three. Number one, I'll be determining the relationship and study if hours spent on playing computer games will affect the number of MSDs experienced by a gamer. And number two would be to study if the amount of physical exercise spent in 1 week, measured by hours, can affect the number of MSDs that a computer gamer will experience. And the third objective will be a combination of the two, wherein you will combine both hours spent playing computer games and hours spent doing physical exercises, how the two of them will affect MSDs of a computer gamer. These are the objectives. These are the research questions I will be answering at the end after I gather my data and extract information about it. So to add wait, I'll be moving my screen here and just a pause, temporary pause. I'll be time starting now. Okay, so to add weight on the purpose of this study, it is of paramount importance to find literature, to contribute literature to the causes of MSDs. Apparently, there have been a lot of studies that concerns gamers, computer gamers, about their academic performance and mental health issues. However, in this case, I will be examining on musculoskeletal disorders, which is not much studies have been shown recently. Although there are MSDs, international cases and studies where they report MSDs of uh, teenagers and computer gamers, and not just computer gamers, but also office workers. But little has been shown MSDs here in the Philippines. So another one, as our college mission vision of our college is that to promote movement, and we're trained to design programs, exercise programs to for intervention of these people in need, especially they're very prone to hypokinetic diseases and illnesses in the future. So this would definitely be a step in creating intervention programs for computer users in general. And it's important to highlight the importance of posture in everyday things that we do. Next one would be scope and limitations. As explained earlier, computer gamers will be the focal population that we'll be examining on, and not exactly not any other video gaming population, such as video gaming consoles, strictly computers, which involves laptops and computer desks. And second one is that we'll be focusing more on the musculoskeletal disorders, MSDs, and we're not going to be very particular with the mental health issues and other internal body issues that one can get through computer gaming. So strictly MSDs and computer gamers. So moving on, let's now go to the second part. The second chapter of my thesis would be the literature review. And I'd like to start my RRL, this presentation with this part with my theoretical framework. And theoretical framework gives us this illustration, the flow of the topic. Number one is that we like to highlight there are two opposing ideas here. There's a tug of war relationship between the two, that computer gaming, and contrary, there is physical exercise. Computer gaming is a sedentary activity, while physical activity, the form of exercising, is a quite active one. So in the same manner, they're on the top, on that pinnacle of this theoretical framework are MSDs. So if you're a computer gamer, it's very likely for you to develop risks of musculoskeletal disorders through prolonged computer gaming, and thereby you can get a lot of MSDs. On the other hand, physical exercise has been shown to reduce, the manifest or the development of MSDs, especially done through specified training, resistance training, and eventually this exercise has been shown correlation to reduce or make absent MSDs. So there's this triangular approach and how we can look into this topic. Now onto the meaty portion, we'll go into the RL part. Is that a few background about computer gaming. Computer gaming is pretty big now. As compared in the past, in the early 2000s, it has been shown or has been perceived as a simple hobby. Right now, it could be a career, especially in the high tier of computer gaming talent pool. You can actually earn money from this. Definitely, if it's fun, it's engaging, you're viewed, you have a social media following of worldwide, and you can earn money from it. It's definitely enticing for the youth. Even people younger than us, the younger my generation, and other factors that keep computer gamers hooked in computer gaming is this, the number of possibilities you can explore in a computer game is just enormous. Like, for example, if you have an option A, B, C, from option A, you can get 10 more options, and those options are also the same numerical, the number of offer that option B can offer. So aside from that, is from this study by Hellstrom, the study done in Sweden, which they also discuss about the MSDs among teenagers, is that it stimulates this pleasure experience and aggression. That's definitely thrill-seeking individuals enjoy. And evidently, here in the locals, there's this study, I'd like to quote this study by Cortez, done in Los Baños, wherein Filipino teens play numerous hours per day, even on school days. So number two would be, also in related to gaming, is there's this aspect of ergonomics. Ergonomics is a study, basically what it's trying to tell here is this, that we have to make sure they consider comfort and human dimensions in constructing tools and materials that we use every day. For example, it led to this idea of having computer gaming chairs, computer gaming mouse, because these are ergonomic or biomechanically engineered in such a way that will help human movement and achieve comfort in doing that. And businesses have capitalized, taken advantage of this idea that they've been selling a lot of computer gaming monitors that are branded as ergonomic and definitely entice consumers. However, it's important to take note that despite the efforts that we are doing, that businesses are doing, we need to be aware that this type of need or demand is actually a very specialized group. Uh, High-end tier level of computer shops and well-off individuals are the ones who can afford this. And plus, there are contradicting ideas when it comes to economic constraints, high budget demands, and especially space allocations. When you have a computer gaming shop business, you want to maximize the space, definitely sacrificing comfort. So ergonomics is something that we should look on, but it's ergonomics should be considered not the end all be all type of solution. Next one would be risk of MSDs. MSDs is a type of illness wherein pain are manifested through muscle imbalance with recurring sensations of discomfort. One example of this is forward-headed posture, wherein in relation to your shoulder, your knee, jaw area, and your ear is quite tilted forward, and you're gonna have this posture like this, and that is apparent, and a lot of cases have been reported, not just among computer gamers, but also office-based workers in general. And that this has been evident in many studies, which I'll be presenting later, and it's actually mentioned in the RRL. And one common cause of this is actually poor posture, and not just poor posture. You prolong that position for a very long time, thereby weakening, for example, forward-headed posture, as I mentioned earlier, getting the the muscles in your pectoralis major getting a bit tight comparison to your rhomboids or back muscles getting a bit loose and weakened. And that can cause MSDs. Next one would be, there have been a link between, same with computer workers, office workers are also in grave danger when it comes to developing MSDs. They may have different reasons for using computers, but definitely they use computers for extensive hours. And there have been, like with the forward-headed posture, it is also apparent among office workers to have back pain, neck pain as well, and even not just neck pain, back pain, but also wrist, shoulders, and knee pains as well. And and there's this study in Nigeria that actually reports this one. Next one. So computer gamers, there are results. So how do they get results from these? They've been using this Nordic questionnaire that has been modified depending on the need or the rationale of the study. So usually this Nordic questionnaire, as I have seen through it all, they're commonly divided into two parts. The first part is actually questioning or getting to know more about the individuals, or getting to know the information of these individuals, what they do, their lifestyle, age, number, etc. And second part is actually a binary questionnaire wherein they ask yes or no for a certain body part if they have pain or no pain. And they don't rate these pains like from 0 to 10. They don't rate it in that way. That's why it's very important to highlight the binary set of options where you simply answer yes or no. If you have a level of discomfort, it doesn't matter. It's just what matters more is that it's either you feel something here or you don't feel at all. So this definitely in the study that I'll be pursuing is that I'll be using this type of questionnaire too. And what makes it special, the innovative feature that I need to for this study is the next one, the last one, but yet equally important part is the physical exercise and MSDs. There have been studies linking the two, that physical exercise can actually be beneficial for people in reducing MSDs. And there have been two studies that I've seen where reported of MSD reduction among office workers. Unfortunately, office workers only. There have been no studies that highlight computer gamers in relation to exercise. So not just in the field literature body knowledge, but also specifically here in the Philippines, it's not has been much studied. So this will be the innovative feature, definitely the third part of the questionnaire, wherein the first part, demographic, second part, the binary questionnaire of determining MSDs, and the third one is physical exercise and how much time they dedicate on these. So there been a link. Thereby, going back to the theoretical framework, we will have this flow of discussion, or the bigger picture of the study, wherein there's a tug of war relationship of exercise and sedentary activity of computer gaming, and two of them can actually affect or influence the development of MSDs. Computer gaming, on the other hand, will more likely to produce MSDs. On the other hand, exercise can actually reduce MSDs. So with all things considered, let's go on to the methodology. So how am I going to go about this study? With the recent conditions of today, I opt for an online survey form, which will be given to the respondents who identify themselves as computer gamers, active computer gamers. And it needs to be important to highlight that computer gamers, okay, not simply mobile devices. A convenience sampling will be implemented, a target of 200 population or respondents, and can be accomplished within 6 to 8 weeks. If it requires more samples, a greater sample size, then I am open for that option to go for a bigger sample size. So participants, just to be clear, are gamers of legal age, at least 1 year of experience of computer gaming, and no traumatic history, because with traumatic history or injuries in the past that came from traumatic experience, like for example, a car crash, will definitely confound the results of this study. Research instrument is comprised of 3 parts of the Nordic, modified version of the Nordic questionnaire. Number 1 is the basic information. Second part would be the binary question format, yes or no type of questioning. And last one is set of questions regarding physical exercise, which I'll show pictures later on. Lastly is the procedure. Gathering of data will be conducted through an online survey form, which before I produce these online forms, I'll be presenting it again to the panel. Tables, graphs, and charts will be showcased after the gathering of raw data. So how am I going to answer the analysis? I mean, the research question, the three objectives. Number 1 is the correlation and regression. Number 1, for hypotheses or research question number 1 and 2, a simple as y equals mx plus b will actually be helpful in determining the correlation, the e-value, and at the same time, based on the change of y, based on the change of coefficient, we will be able to determine how much change can be and actually result from the resulting value of y. So a single factor linear regression will be conducted to one-on-one analysis variables as seen in the equation below. So for example, based on the change of number of computer gaming hours, we can determine the resulting value to the number of MSDs experienced by a gamer. This is the same case for the number of hours dedicated for physical exercise. So this equation will be used for null hypothesis, research question 1 and 2. Next one will be the multi-factor linear regression. And this will be useful in my third research question, wherein I'll be combining both computer gaming hours and physical exercise hours, and how the two relate with each other, and at the same time produce the result of MSDs, and how the two affect the resulting MSDs. The research will also conduct a multi-factor regression for research hypothesis number 3 to see how MSDs is influenced if both factors of playing computer games and exercising are present. And thereby we have this type of equation. And with the definition of every coefficient and number variable there. So this is how I will analyze the data. Two types of equation. The single factor and the multi-factor regression. Thereby, with all things considered, we'll have the following research hypothesis. Hours spent computer gaming per week versus a total number of MSDs. Then the null hypothesis of that is that definitely no statistical significance. Number 2, hours spent on physical exercise per week versus the total number of MSDs. In the same case for the null hypothesis, no statistical significance for that. And number 3, hours spent on computer gaming and hours spent on physical exercises, the two variables combined per week versus the hours spent on physical activity. Oh, the MSD, there's a correction there's a correction. This one should be MSDs. So the same case, like just to reiterate and correction, just to correct, hours spent on computer gaming and hours spent on physical exercise have no statistical significance on the effect of total number of MSDs experienced. And that is the entire research proposal. Before now moving on will be the annex or appendix, where I'll give out the sample Nordic questionnaire where I actually based this. I got this from a ResearchGate study and just screenshot the type of photo. To have a full access of this, I need to have access with ResearchGate. So far, fortunately, in my case, I was able to take a screenshot of it and present it. Basically, the revised 3-part questionnaire for this research would be the following. So, like I said, there are 3 parts. This is the demographic part. The demographic, we get the basic information and how much computer gaming they actually do. And pains of the body. That's the second part. And number 3 is about physical exercise. Also, I have to mention that I draw inspiration from this study from an actual previous study done in the past 2018, where a former student of CHK actually studied the MSDs, recurring MSDs of UP jeepney drivers, and somehow I actually patterned the questionnaire in this format. But this one, I modified it in a way that will satisfy the conditions and the objectives of my study based on computer gaming activity. And last one would be the sources, which I'll expound further. There are more researchers and sites, works cited pages out there that are worthy of including in this one. Okay. So far, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much. I'll be looking forward to your questions, inquiries, and comments and suggestions. Thank you very much, panel members, and it's been a pleasure presenting this to you. Thank you, and as always, stay safe.